Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshoruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Bibhratim Saumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambika. Welcome to all for the session of Lalithopakhyana. Till now, till up to the previous chapter, we have seen Lalithopakhyana in the introductory forum giving a brief of the story, the beginning part of the story, till up to the coronation of Lalita. And now, in the story, there are many parts which have not been dealt in detail. So, here onwards, the chapters will take those parts in detail, especially the first chapter here will take up how Agastya met Hayagriva, had the vision of Hayagriva, and how Hayagriva blessed him, and then onwards the story of Sati. So let us start with story of Agastya meeting Hayagriva after his penance, after his tapas. O thou of the forum of Hayagriva, the Lord of Indira, O Lord and protector of the universe, and Mahodaya of Vidyadharas, ever immersed in the ocean of wisdom and full of mercy, many are the Devis and Devas who are most powerful and capable of granting various desires. But who among them is the supreme deity receiving due obeisance from all the many devas and devis and devatas? By whose will does everyone else attain success? By being ever aware of whom do we human beings attain both bhukti as well as mukti. Here bhukti means the mundane prosperity as well as the spiritual liberation is the mukti. Is it not a popular belief that the deity who grants bhukti or worldly goods does not confer liberation or mukti? Also, are we not under the impression that the deity who grants liberation wants us to eschew or abstain from all worldly pleasure? So either we get the worldly pleasure or we will going to get the spiritual liberation. Even the deities will offer only one among them. If someone wants the worldly pleasure, they should forget about the spiritual liberation, and those who want spiritual liberation, they should first give up worldly pleasure. So, in this age, it is practically impossible to persuade people to perform austere tapas or to leave all sensual pleasures for the attainment of liberation, which to their ill informed minds is just mere a myth. Is there no golden mean, O Lord, whereby liberation also may be earned by these many millions without being denied any of their sensual pleasures or even worldly prosperity? Nay, cannot they all live in great affluence and in full enjoyment of all the good things of this world without forfeiting their right to liberation and freedom from future births? If there be any such deity who can grant both these, kindly shower your tender mercy and blessings on all these many crores of human beings by instructing me into that glorious of all secrets. So here Agastya Muni is asking Hayagriva, is there a mean way, a midway, where people can also enjoy their worldly pleasure, but at the same time, without going into the deep austerity wherein they have to give up their worldly pleasure? Instead of that, is there a way, while they're enjoying their worldly pleasure, they can also be eligible for liberation or a freedom from the future births? So Hayagriva answers him, listen, O chief of Munis, I am well pleased with your request for the welfare of the worlds. The secret shall be thine that, and through these, The three worlds shall learn of it and be saved. There is certainly the one deity above all who is worshipped by all the devas, devis, and devatas without exception. All these in the three worlds derive their energy from this one deity alone. This great deity is the mother of the universe who manifested as Sri Devi Lalita or Kama Kameshwari, the queen of the mighty Shakti Yantra or Sri Chakra. At the beginning of creation, the unmanifest Brahman manifests part of herself, part of himself as the primeval Adi Purusha and Mula Prakriti, from whom emanate the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara with their respective Shaktis, empowered by with creation, protection, and destruction of the worlds. Above this trinity is Ishvara, the overlord of Maya and the three worlds, who derives his energy from Parashambhu or the ever calm Sadashiva, Lord of Shuddha Sattva, who is ever in proximity with the primeval pair, the primeval divine couple, Kama Kameshwari. Once, when Bhandasura dried and shriveled up the creatures of the three worlds by sucking up their life fluids with his prowess of Maya, neither the Trinity nor Ishvara nor Parashambhu were able to rescue them from his grip. As a result of their self surrendering sacrifices, however, the manifested primeval pair descended to this world as Kameshwara and Kameshwari. Mula Prakriti, the mother of the universe, rose from the Homa or the fire of Sadashiva Hidakasha as Sri Devi Lalita seated in the middle of her Sri Chakra, supported by the Supreme Adipurusha as Kameshwara. Devi Lalita or Kama Kameshwari restored the creatures of the three worlds to their pristine vigor and health by delivering them from the clutches, by clearing them or relieving them from the clutches of Bhandasura and his Maya by vanquishing him in battle and by the extinction of his city and race, leaving no residue whatsoever. It is this Devi Lalita Kamakameshwari who alone can bestow both bhakti and mukti on all who remember her by offering their every thought, word, and deed at her throne. She is symbolized as seated on the left lap of her Lord Kameshwara with a sweet smile ever playing on her face, radiant like the rising sun and serene as the full moon, surrounded by nine tiers of Shakti chakras and worshipped by all as the Supreme Mother and Queen Rajarajeshwari. Then Agastya asked, who was this mighty Bhandasura, O Lord, and which was his city? How was he able to dry up the rasa of the three worlds and become invincible? How was the manifestation of Kameshwara and Kameshwari brought about? How did Kama Kameshwari Devi Lalita destroy Bhandasura and rescue the three worlds? How is one enabled now to obtain both mukti and bhakti through her grace? Hayagriva answers, O chief of Munis, you have asked so many questions that to answer them all, I will have to narrate to you a very long story indeed. If you will have the patience, I shall relate it to you, beginning with Daksha Prajapati's daughter Sati Devi and her lord Maheshwara, who are responsible for the birth and prowess of Bhandasura. Thus, in this story, We have seen how in the beginning Agastya did a severe austerity to please the Lord, and the Lord appeared in the form of Hayagriva to him, and then he asked his question to save all the beings on this world. That is there a way where people could still be eligible for salvation, people will still be eligible for mukti, to be freed from the cycle of birth and death without performing the severe austerity, because this is Kali Yuga, and in the Kali Yuga people think that all that mukti salvation is just a myth, is just a mythology. So, because of that reason, is there a way while they are enjoying their worldly pleasure, they can also be made eligible to the salvation so that they can achieve both mukti, they can enjoy the bhakti at the same time, they will also be eligible for mukti. So then he answered to Hayagriva, answered to Agastya, saying that this is possible only to the divine people who are at the beginning of the world. So Kama, Kameshwari, or Kameshwara and Kameshwari, because all other gods, all other Deva, Devi, Devatas, they bow down to this Kameshwara and Kameshwari and get all their powers from them. So only they will be able to provide a way where people can achieve both bhakti as well as mukti. Then Agastya asked so many questions regarding the Kameshwara and Kameshwari as well about the birth of Bhandasura. So then Hayagriva started with the story where how during how he started with the story of Sati and Ishvara, how later Sati led to I mean, as Sati left her body, she is reborn as Parvati, and during the union of Parvati and Shiva, how Kama was burned down to ashes, and from that ashes born the Bhandasura. This entire story in the next few chapters will come with step by step. Let's now going to listen to the story. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Swamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehi Me. Goodbye.